Welcome back to Divinity Said. I'm Divinity, and I recently made a video called Baldo Lore, and in the comments section, I had Legal Vices say, Divinity, respectfully, you are incorrect. Nick introduced it to the world. I heard about it from him. The clip you are showing is not the first time it was mentioned. I heard it from him and mentioned it to Faran. At some point, somewhere, the website was looked at and their ridiculous promotional and instructional videos were laughed at. Then, later, I explained the mechanics to Nick based on the video. He told about it first, but hadn't at any earlier stage looked into the mechanics of it. You can see this from him saying things like, quote, see, I thought this whole thing, ... end quote. I'd appreciate if you would correct the description. I did not introduce it to him. And I was like, respectfully, that's not how I remember it. I remember you saying something on your show. There was a whole show where Baldo Gagger introduced y'all to it, and then you went on Nick's show and introduced him to it. And I went to sleep, and I woke up this morning, and I was like, I should look into that. I wonder, like, I could be wrong. That's happened before.
Hi, Legal Advisors here with a pre-recorded segment. I'm on vacation, and I still wanted to provide some comment for you guys to look at. This is a video of when I was on Nick Rekieta's stream, Rekieta Law, with Faran Balanced. The three of us were completely insane. And then Ian Runkle from Runkle of the Bailey joined in. He probably bit off more than he could chew at that point. I don't think he was completely prepared for what we were discussing. But he's a good sport and a great guy. And with that in mind, just sit back and watch an hour and 10 or 15 minutes of one of the greatest things that you will ever see on the internet. And
don't worry, Runkle, I'm a mod. You're good. Don't worry.
Yeah. No, okay, so I guess I have to research the Baldo more, because I'm looking at this thing. I thought it was like solid, and I'm like, God, I don't get why having a Rammstein inspired metal thing attached to my nuts is a good thing. I get the concept, but it didn't look like the practicality is still. I'm going to need some demonstration.
And then you have the
Google
presidents of the company.
It shows you.
Yeah. And you have the presidents of the company going.
Yeah, no, for real. And then who was the actor that showed up? Was it Ryan Reynolds that just
Ryan Reynolds? Yeah.
Yeah, and we're like, why is he showing up in this Google image search?
And then somebody said he's woman
the owner
who's
of the company?
so. Yeah, and there was someone so-and-so BALLDO.
To catch you up, if you watch, Nick is furiously Googling what the fuck is a Baldo, while these two scholars were explaining what they just found out on the show before this, that they had, just like I said in my comment.
Came up when you searched Baldo, and you got some dumpy Midwestern woman who just happened to be Mrs. BALLDO.
God, that looks so horrid.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking at it and I'm just thinking, like, okay, so hypothetically you get the Baldo going, but they're like bulging out the sides. I feel like they'd be smashed together. I don't know about this.
Yeah, there's nothing that looks comfortable
they have
about
like
that.
they have like their little compartments, so they come out of it.
Got to keep them separated.
It's the most bizarre thing. And the only reason that it came up was because somebody that kept doing the super chats was what was it, Baldo Gamer or something?
Yeah, Baldo something or other.
Yeah, and I was like, I kept calling it Baldo, and he goes, actually, it's Baldo, and I was like, I think it's Baldo, and he's trust me, it's Baldo.
Definitely Baldo.
Yeah,
there's a testimonial video.
There's so much on this, and the owners, there really is the owners where they're like, and they're holding it. And the guy's like, it works, like that kind of face. But you're like, I don't think so, dude.
This is hold on.
Yeah, Baldo Gagger was the guy's name.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh God.
This is the testimonial video.
She uses the Baldo on him.
You might remember from Vice's comment that this happened, over a period of time. Nick knew about it. He introduced Vice's to it. He mentioned it to Faran some point, another time. Ridiculous promotional instructional was left out. Then another later, obviously, the mechanics were talking about it. Please. make it make sense. I'm sure what you should have said was, damn, I was really drunk this night. Instead of whatever this is. Lying. It's gross.
Okay.
Oh, God.
This is the testimonial video.
She uses the Baldo on him.
Welcome to Divinity after the video. What Legal Vices tried to do under my video was try to rewrite the story, which reminded me of some Megan Fox shit. And I was like, that makes sense because I'm pretty sure Megan Fox cucked him live when he banhammered his whole chat because she tried to recreate the Faran story, which I wasn't going to show you because I couldn't figure out how to fit it into a video. But here you go.
Just a human thing. And for clip channels to then take that thing that they regretted saying and splash it around everywhere is really bullshit. And here's the other thing I have to say about clip channels. You are a piece of shit.
I just wanted to pause it real quick right here and tell you that after these two retards talk, I'm going to come back and show you some receipts about what they're even saying.
Why don't you create your own goddamn content? Why don't you stop living off of other people's content? Because it's bullshit. Because why? You're not talented enough to make your own content? You can't get an audience together to watch you? Instead, you have to clip other people's content, take it out of context, manipulate it, and make people hate someone else. That is bullshit. I'm gonna look at your comments. Sorry, I haven't even looked at them. So please don't repost manipulated videos on my page here and ask me if I've seen them. I don't want to see them. And you shouldn't be watching them either. And if you are subscribed to any of those channels, you should unsubscribe right now. Because this is crap.
So what she did there was tell me I'm a piece of shit, tell her audience to unsubscribe from me, totally discount anything that I possibly could have done or maybe did do with regard to verifying if Faran even made the documentary. Like, she didn't even know that I reached out to the person who filmed it, Dave Gedney, and find out who I needed to contact further to get the rights to even use the video, because Faran claimed it was some TV thing, and it wasn't. It was this place. And I knew all of this going into it. Before I ever put the video out, I did a lot of fact checking. So she could kiss my ass. She never watched the video. Her main gist of that was Faran wouldn't do such a thing. She's a professional. Like, as if somebody who graduated college and got a job couldn't fuck up. It's ridiculous. I'm going to show you the video now. You can decide for yourself if Faran plagiarized a documentary, which she never came out with.
It's 5:30 in the morning, just 6 blocks from the White House in Washington, D.C.
It's 5:30 in the morning, and though sex trafficking happens almost everywhere, we chose to tell this story here, in the nation's capital, 6 blocks from the White House.
Tina runs Courtney's house, a home for young girls who were trafficked.
Ashley's step to get off the streets was here, a place called Courtney's house, run by a courageous woman named Tina Front.
Tina does it because she knows the life and the streets all too well. She was trafficked for a year and a half at the age of 15 by a pimp who lured her in, telling her he loved her.
When Tina was 13, she met a man at a corner store. He offered her more than candy.
I had an argument with my parents, so I told him I wanted to leave home. And ding, 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 he said he'll meet me in 15 minutes and don't take anything.
He drove Tina to another state and introduced her to 4 other young girls living in a house.
I started crying and I wanted to go home.
For Tina, it lasted a year and a half, until at 15 years old, she found her moment.
Tina knows the streets where these young girls walk, called the track, or the blade. On the streets, these girls have rules.
This strip of downtown DC, like other streets around the country where sex is sold, is called the blade or track. Tina and I are entering a world with strict rules.
Now, it might seem like these girls can just walk away at any time, but that is not the case. Not even a little bit. Hired watchers are paid to patrol the track on bicycles.
To the casual observer, girls may seem like willing participants out here, but many of them are not, and there's always someone watching.
Watching.
While teen girls might walk the track at night, it's the young children that are sold out of sight, usually online, out of motels or private homes.
Girls much younger than this can be found on the street if you know where to look, but Tina says they're often sold out of sight, inside hotels or private residences, arrangements made over the phone or the internet. These girls are all but imprisoned.
The little girl stops and looks at the news crew, almost debating. Could I make a run for it? But she knows her pimp is watching, so she keeps going.
I don't want her to get in trouble.
It looks like the man texts the girl, and she climbs into the truck.
But as night turns to day, the entire trafficking world just simply fades away.
And as night turned to day, the track, the game, the girls, the Johns and the pimps all disappeared along with her.
Then she tried to shut me up. But anyways, Chad is super pissed at Megan. They're like, what the fuck? Pay attention. Why can't you see this? And like the next day she goes on Legal Vices. And before she even shows up, Legal Vices tells his Chad they could eat dicks because there's a no drama situation going on that means nothing about nothing, and don't look over there. Yeah.
Just put down that super chat summoning sign and I will respond. I will answer. Every super chat is you parting with some amount of your hard-earned money and throwing it at me for some reason I'll never figure out. Chat moves fast. Don't want to get too derailed by the chat of our little buffer here. We're 3.5 minutes into it, so now I can say it. Don't fucking bring drama to my channel today. This is not a drama stream. If you have drama with Faran or whoever the fuck else you've got, take it to their channel. I have guests on my channel. Do not come into my house and shit on my guests. I'm not going to put up with this shit. Anybody that knows me knows that I do not ban people. I'm done with that. There's so much shit and negativity going on there that I'm done with it. Nobody's shitting on guests. You get the ban hammer. I will not put up with this shit today. The end. Let's get on with our show. Those of you that were just being fuckwits and got themselves banned, I've banned more people tonight than I have in my entire YouTube career to this point. Y'all can go fuck yourself. Those of you that were mature adults, and you guys know where the line is. You have to stretch the baldo so it goes over the nutsack, and then you like.
Cheers to you, buddy.
Divinity, you're doing the cheers wrong.
Dude, she just ripped one. I am in love with her. God damn, Divinity.